So we got the stunt double in because I'm really telling tales out of school here. I'm going to stop talking now.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. This is great. Also, watched the show last night. Congratulations, guys. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's just, I think it's kind of mad crack personified, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant. Just kind of, whenever you first got those scripts, what did you think? Like when you read through them?
Well, I suppose I thought, wow, Lisa McGay, she's done it again. Because they're just funny from the get-go, from the first second. I laughed, guffawed even, if you will, when I first read them.
Pretty much the same. It is mad. It's a bit of a mad odyssey, I think. Yeah, with a little bit of, hints to the A-Team, if people remember what the A-Team were. Scooby-Doo. What else do we have? Maybe a bit of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, we bit of Jessica Fletcher.
Bit of Derry Girls. Bit of hint of a tint of that brilliant humour. But yeah, no, it's great. Really good script.
One of the things I thought was so lovely and really interesting about it is it manages to juggle all these really kind of big themes of grief and mystery and, and also like chaos as well. How do you kind of go about as actors kind of finding the balance between all those big ideas?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that is really kudos to the writers, to be honest, because they all we can do is go with what's on the page, and in a way the alchemy of all of those, as you say, big themes and identity and friendship and grief and loss and growing up and meeting yourself again, and there's so much in it. But I suppose what I feel very lucky about is that all I have to do is engage with what is on the page in front of me, and you can only do that one beat at a time. And when those lines and the structure of that is so well thought out, all that work is done for you, really.
And and I suppose amongst everything else that's going on at the heart of this is this wonderful friendship between the three of you, and you can really feel the chemistry and the connection between you on screen. How did you kind of go about building that up? Was it a natural thing, or was it something you had to work on when you started filming?
We had a brilliant casting director, Carla Strong, who brought us all together, and we did a chemistry read. And I think from the moment we sat down to do that, was a scene in the car. There was a feeling in the room that, yeah, this was definitely going to work. But I mean,
I didn't get that feeling.
Sinead did not get that feeling.
I didn't get the feeling. I just would like to clarify that.
I got the feeling. Russia, did you get the feeling? I got the feeling. Okay.
I didn't know. We came outside the audition, and I thought it was just like another audition. To then there'll be more. We'll need to see a bit more, because I came out and I was like, was that it? Was that it? And you were like, yeah. I was like, Jesus, she's confident. But yeah, it worked, and then happily, yeah, we all got on, or else we're all subject to Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, no or the other.
I think if you spend that much time with people that and you all working really hard, everybody's a good egg, and everybody was a good egg on set. I mean, that was a dream crew. You get really, really lucky sometimes when you land in something, and you're all aiming for the same thing, which is to make the best possible TV show about people you love, about a place you love, written by a woman you love, then that stuff just all comes out of it.
And you can tell you just had so much fun on this job. It's infectious when you watch, and there's so many iconic scenes in this show. So I have to ask, what's your favourite scene that you shot? What's the most memorable to you?
It's hard to answer that without giving too many spoilers away. But for me, the landscape of the show is, I suppose, physically and metaphorically, but the actual places that we went to, is particularly in Ireland. It's that thing that is, I live in Belfast, and I always forget the kind of magnificent land that is around us, and then you see it through the lens of really, really talented DOPs and the designers and the art department, and I think, yeah, for me, it was sort of getting to go on tour around the country a wee bit and seeing it in a different way, and really proud of that.
Yeah, I think there is no way to do it without giving away the best bits. Oh, no, I stand correct. Go on. No, go on.
So there's some water trickery and events and what, or is that sounding a bit rude?
Water events does not sound great, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, there's no squirting. No, but there's stunts. There's stunts. That was memorable. There was
Talk your way out of this. No, keep going. I'm loving this.
Well, I was going to talk about the stunts that we did in the car. We did a lot of driving. I did a lot of driving. And we were upside down. Keelan didn't like it so much.
Not really helping your cause at all here.
Keelan didn't come back after lunch that day. So we got the stunt double in because I'm really telling tales out of school here. I'm going to stop talking now. But it's worth watching.
Yeah, I think ultimately, yeah. That's where you were going. How'd you get to the point with Sinead? Is what we'll now call this show.
Yeah.
It was just looked like a blast. I did think that per car.
Yes.
Went through the wars.
Car.
Well, you too.
The car. The poor car. There was 4 of them. There was 4 cars. Yes, in different states of disrepair and listen. To get out of that car. Sorry, I think I've suffered some kind of trauma. I'm just vomiting. I was, but you could on the main car.
Sorry, it's very sweaty.
There's a bit of wire. There wasn't even a working handle. Tell them about a time. Not for health and safety.
Tell them about the time we were driving down the mountain in Donegal, and then sure the door just kind of came off.
The gap of Mamore, no less. It's treacherous. And the door, we were halfway down that gap. And they were rolling up the top of the hill. The door opened 30 miles an hour. Did anyone call? Cut. I was going to say stop. They say cut on the sets. Yeah, we nearly died. But it was great fun.
So you kind of taking your life in your hands here.
Yeah. Yes. I think somebody else should take the mic. Give us that there.
You very rarely see, I think, sort of grown women leading a cast and leading a story that is, it's kind of a bit dark and it's a bit risky, but it's also like, this kind of madcap adventure. Was that refreshing for you guys to kind of play about with that?
Yeah, it was, definitely. There was a sense of like, finally I'm getting to play James Bond. Because it's always been a dream, and I didn't think it would ever happen, and there we go. It was like a cross between Columbo, James Bond, all the great superheroes, and getting to do something that's actual action and being allowed to be a wee bit crap about it at it as well. Like that's what was brilliant. And just seeing women leading the thing. And obviously Lisa's already given us that with the Derry Girls and paving a pathway for that. But there's so many stories to be told that haven't been told yet. And it's brilliant to be able to be a part of that. For sure.
Yes.
Keelan agrees. Sinead?
I concur.
This is great. And what do you kind of hope people take away when they watch the series?
I hope they have as much fun watching it, genuinely. I'm going to say it. I hope they have as much fun watching it as we did making it.
Yeah, I just hope they laugh. I really do. I hope that they have fun. Nothing more. That's, you don't want to put too much on it. Like, hope it changes their lives and they reevaluate. No, just laugh. Just laugh. Enjoy yourself.
And thank you. Shall I? And yeah, I hope they laugh. Hope they enjoy it, and also maybe just think about or appreciate or just register those your 16-year-old self. Just check in and go, oh yeah, I wonder what she would think, or wonder what they would think of where I am now, and they're still there. I mean, we all still think we're kind of. If we kind of take a moment to think about it, we're all just 16-year-olds running around pretending we know what we're doing. And none of us do. I'm good. Thank you for letting me share.
If you if your teenage selves could see us now and see the show, what do you think that they would think?
I would be blown away, and I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think my 16-year-old self would just be very, very happy and proud.
I think my 16-year-old self would say, yes, you can be a really crap James Bond.